Hello guys, today we'll be talking about Spotify and Apple Music, which one is the best and which one you should use. As a person who's been trying out all these music streaming services, starting from Spotify, going to Apple Music, then trying out YouTube Music, Deezer and etc. and also Yandex Music, I have pretty much experience about them, even so they might have added some new features or fixed some bugs and etc. So I will be talking about Spotify and Apple Music today because in other services I used them for a week or so and I just didn't like them. The one thing I love about Spotify is playlist. They can be public, they can be private, they can be made by Spotify and made personalized for you. And there are also some people out there who are doing their own playlists for some moods, as they say. You can just Google I'm having anxiety and there will be a playlist of music. Are there any playlists? Yes, there are. But they're not as popular as on Spotify and they are mostly made by Apple Music, so you won't find some personalized playlists made by random people on Apple Music. And if you're like me, a person who watches billions of movies and series, and let's say you liked some songs from a movie and you are eager to listen to these soundtracks, you can just go to Spotify and search this series and there will most likely be an official playlist made by the streaming service for you to listen, or made by an ordinary people like you, and you can just listen to them. On Apple Music there is no such thing. People don't make playlists and that's weird because I love playlists. Like most of the time I only listen to playlists and not my recommendations. And I hate this thing about Apple Music because I started using Apple Music about like 2 months ago. It was just free trial library. It's horrendous. Like believe me, it's horrendous. Let's start with your liked songs on Spotify. There's no such a thing on Apple Music. Apple Music has this awesome recommendations. I loved them. And I was like, what I'm gonna do is like these old songs, like new recommendations. And when I will be leaving Apple Music, I will just get these old songs for my liked songs playlist that doesn't fucking exist. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it doesn't exist. So my plan failed and the first thing I did was like, hey Apple support, there's this fucked up thing. What do I need to do to get my liked songs? And they were like, you know what? We do not have access to your liked songs because the songs you like are made just for building up your recommendations. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you have access to these songs because who is building up my recommendations? Apple Music to be exact. Like they need to have this on their like data list or something. And I was like, I am requesting it. And they're like, no, this is against our privacy and we value privacy in our Apple. Like, yeah, you guys, I respect you for privacy thing on Apple. Like, yeah, I love this thing because they're acing it. But like, fuck, I'm literally requesting my data. How is it against my privacy? Yeah, this was like super fucked up. Apple Library is super confusing. You won't find anything. There will be tons of artists that you don't even listen to. There will be tons of albums that you've never heard of. And you know why they are there? Because you just liked some random song and there is this artist on your library and there's this album and it's all mixed. You cannot just sort it. Yeah, you can just turn it some. Oh, I don't want to see albums. Oh, I don't want to see this artist. But fuck, I want to see artists. I want to see albums, and I want to see everything, but not just some random artists and albums that I didn't even listen to. It was just some random song. Huh? And what do we have on Spotify? Everything is amazing. We have liked songs. There's liked songs. You can go to my liked songs and there will be like tons of your liked songs. Like sometimes I don't want to listen to anything random. I just want to listen to my liked songs and just go there and play it on shuffle. And everything is so great. What if like in a year I don't like this song anymore? How will I find it on Apple Music? I don't know. But on Spotify, on the other hand, I can listen to my liked songs like every day, and someday I will like run into this song and I will unlike it. There is sections on Spotify. There's this thing on Apple Music. You cannot subscribe to an artist. Yeah. You will not receive any notifications from this artist, the songs they released, and anything. And on Spotify, you can subscribe to an artist and listen to their songs. And if you subscribe to this artist, they will be added to your artist section. There's this bell thing on the app, you can click on it and they're like, oh, this artist dropped new song. And you can go to this artist and be like, oh, this artist will have soon concert in your country, in your region and everything. On Apple Music, you don't have this thing. Let's say someone dropped new album and you just want to listen to it. What do? You just like this album and later you can listen to it. And the thing I love like about Spotify is that I can block these artists that I don't want to listen to. Let's focus on sound quality because that's what matters, yeah. So I transported all my songs like from my library from Spotify to Apple Music, and I started listening to them just to experience the sound of quality that everyone is praising. I'm starting to notice that not only the sound is better, like yeah, it's better, like of course there's this flag and looseless. I guess you've heard about this rumor that songs have different versions on different streaming platforms, like some songs may sound different on Apple Music and sound different on YouTube video and sound like completely different on Apple Music. And again, I'm not talking about audio quality. They're just different. They have different bass. They may have different vocals and even different lyrics. What? Yeah. So it annoyed me because I got used to sounding on Spotify to these songs. Apple Music, it's super laggy. It has bugs. And it doesn't fucking have synchronization. I love, like, I hate everything about Apple Music, but I love radio because there are songs for you based on your recommendations, like based on your liked songs, based on your disliked songs, and etc. And you can listen to unlimited amount of songs. On Apple Music, we have this 3 playlists for you. It's favorites mix, new playlist or something, and mood stuff, like 3 playlists. There are approximately 20 or 25 songs, and believe me, they never got like updated. They are the same for weeks or so. Yeah. And what do we have on Spotify? There are like tons of playlists, so you'll never get bored. Apple Music doesn't have podcasts. You need to go to another app called Podcasts. On Spotify, as I said, in your library, there is this section called Podcasts and Shows. You can watch and listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts, you don't have an option to watch a podcast, you can just listen to it. Compatibility of Apple Music. As I said, it's super laggy on Apple devices. I mean, I can talk about all the Apple devices because all I've had is iPhone and MacBook. So, it's super crappy, it's super laggy. Let's say you have Android and you're like, oh, I need to listen to Apple Music. Don't. Because you need to have Apple ID to listen to Apple Music. On Apple Music, like a week ago or so, they added new feature, Sing. Yeah, if you're a music lover and you love karaoke and everything, you can just go to lyrics, like the lyrics button, you press on it and there will be like this microphone stuff, and you click on it and you can choose the settings of vocals of the song. As I've heard, I'm not sure, you need to have iOS 16. It's not available on Mac. It's available on iPad, it's available on iPhone, it's available on Apple TV. Thanks everyone for watching this video, I hope you liked it. Bye!